my name is Michael Reed. I'm one of the other best men. So I've known Zelos since we were about 10 years old, fifth grade. So when I met Zelos, I always found him to be very peculiar. and it started basically when I first saw him, really. And I saw him, and we were on the bus, and we went down to school, and he was new, and I saw him. I just didn't understand. I couldn't fathom what race he was. Because I never met someone who was happy like that. He just didn't have. So I remember going home. My mom worked at school. She had known Zelos. I'm like, Mom, like Zelos, this guy in my school, like I don't know what he is. And she was like, I don't know either, but I'll find out. And then we found out that he was, half Liberian and half Filipino. I'm like, that's odd. That was cool. Yep, so it was peculiar. And I found out that Zelos was also peculiar in a lot of other ways. I don't need to go into all of them necessarily, but I remember, I was telling this story the other day, I remember coming over to his house after we became friends, and Zelos, like we were like grown, and playing with like plastic army men, like the ones you get out of the dollar store for like $100, playing with him like in his living room. And I never understood how someone, like this was during video game times, like the Nintendo 64 was out, and playing with army men. I just didn't understand the sense. But, so the best word I could use at that time, even as a young person, was peculiar. But as I got older and older, like the best word I can really think of is special, and I mean that in a very literal sense. Not a joke sense, a literal. If you know Zelos for more than 5 minutes, you will know that he's one of the most decent people you'll meet. You'll know that he's uniquely nice. You know he's uniquely willing to sacrifice and give for you. And so from that, from being his friend, from being someone who's known him very, very long, I've always been very protective, even though he's never known that I've been very protective. I've always been very protective of him. I've always been someone who wanted to make sure that he's safe, make sure that he's doing well in his life, make sure that he looks like as he does, I am, because we work together. Yeah. So I never thought that I'd ever meet anyone that would match that from Zelos. I'd be like, you would imagine that, you always say the opposites attract. I'd always imagine that Zelos would find someone who would be, mean to match his nice. Something like that. Like someone who was like hardcore to match his like easygoing demeanor. But when I met Jennifer and when Zelos and Jennifer began dating, that whole opposite attract idea just went out the window because finally, after all those years, Zelos found someone who matched him in his niceness, in his caring, in his heart, in his love. And I never thought that anyone else like that existed. Zelos is the only person I ever met who was doing like that, and Jennifer was exactly like that. And so, in that, they had to be together. And I think that they realized that too, shortly into their relationship. So I'm happy to have been someone who's been here from the beginning, to have seen Zelos grow from the guy playing army men in his living room to such a talented and intelligent and mature young man who's growing to be old man now, but kind of growing to be old man. To see Jennifer, not just, of course beautiful, but so smart, so graceful, so caring, so talented as well. And in those regards, I just feel honored and humbled, quite frankly, very humbled to be here at this time, toasting two such incredible people. So I just want to say, Zelos and Jennifer.
Yeah!